right, hey, good evening, everybody. Welcome to
Sorry
ET
about that. I'm trying to stay
Drone
low.
Home Gaming and the
That's
broadcast
okay. We just
tonight
practicing. Mine was loose. I couldn't stay with wheel.
for the
I was trying to
TDR
stay ahead of you as well.
uh, Next Gen Cup Series. We got some back audio we need to remove real quick so we're not hearing everybody else. All right, so uh, again, welcome everybody. Thanks for coming out, and I know that we've been off for the last two races, I believe, as far as broadcasts with just life stuff going on. Sorry that we missed those couple races, but we're back tonight, and hopefully going to have some fun watching these guys compete as we get close to the end of the regular season. And we got a little treat for everybody tonight up here in the booth. We got Jim Downham is with us, and he is going to be uh, helping call the action from uh, from the hospital. So, Jim, it's really awesome that uh, you're feeling good enough to come up here. I know everyone's been thinking about you over this last couple days. So, and again, glad that you're feeling good enough to be up in here, and everyone I'm sure is going to be glad to hear your voice tonight.
Yeah, it's great to be here. I got 96 tiles on my ceiling, and my clock is crooked on the wall, and I'm just like going stir crazy. So when we were talking earlier today about the broadcast, I was like, well, maybe I can do that. So I'm looking forward to tonight's race. The We got one more playoff race after this, and then we go to the top 16, which is going to be really good because we have a lot of great competition up front, and I believe the playoffs are going to be really fun to watch. So stay tuned for that. And by the way, the points aren't updated tonight. I didn't get a chance to this week to update the stage win. So we will get them up to date, and by next week we'll have everything set there. But yeah, Ethan, I thank you for inviting me up. It's a pleasure, and I'll do my best I can to call the action.
Well, I think if for any reason anyone was to feel like you weren't doing a good enough job, I think we'd be able to forgive you.
I hope so. You know, I get a mulligan, so I I hope so. But no, I just want to thank everybody. I mean, I've been overwhelmed with thoughts and prayers and get well soon, and the phone has been blowing up since Wednesday morning, and I can't thank the TDR family and the admins enough for stepping up, making sure everything's being taken care of, and it's running like clockwork. So we're back to our regular season this week. I believe we're not doing trucks until after the holidays now, but Monday night we're doing Talladega or Daytona with the class with Bisnet, and Wednesday night our Xfinity Series starts, and then Thursday night we go to late models. Friday, I think we're on good tour mods, I believe, and then Saturday morning Legends, and then Sunday will be the finale for we'll crown the point champion for the year, and we'll put their name on a trophy, and we will get it sent out to them. So, and then we'll have a trophy at the end of the playoffs on the gentleman that wins the playoffs. So it's going to be fun. And like I said, the competition up front, we got a lot of new drivers, and they're all hungry, and they need to prove a point that they can come in and race with us TDR race. So it'll be fun.
Oh, for sure. I think the playoffs will definitely be a lot of fun, and with it being an elimination style format, we're going to
Yeah,
have a lot of things to keep an eye on, and a lot of points battles. Because we're only going to have two races each round, so it's
correct.
going to be real tight. Can't really make any mistakes in such a short amount of time.
Correct. And it's going to be interesting because I think we finish up at Martinsville, I think, and you know how that track can be. So we got a couple short tracks, we got a couple mid tracks, and we're going to put the drivers through the test. So it'll be fun.
So we got about 9.5 minutes here left still in practice, and currently Will Weiser's put down the fastest time. Dustin Scruggs second, Ryan Walter third, Edward Sure, hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly, and Ty Bostic's rounding out top 5 currently on the single lap speed times. And this is a very unique mile-and-a-half racetrack where a lot of the times the top line is faster than the bottom line, but um, there's kind of like a progressive banking to this track, so it's just not very uniform from the bottom to the top. Is basically what that means, is that it's kind of a lower amount of banking at the bottom of the corner. You can see right there where that 44 Dana Shepherd was running, and as you get off that very first bottom groove, the banking starts to increase drastically in comparison to the amount that's there at the bottom.
Correct. And tire wear, we talked about that a little bit earlier. As far as if you run the high groove, you got a chance of really tearing the tires up early. You really need to conserve them on the bottom for the first 10 laps or so, get them right to the right temperatures, and then you can move up after that. But it's really going to be interesting to see, who can do save on the tires, and who will do best at it, and find the right groove to run, and stay off that outside wall, because it will bite you. Ethan, did you get a word on pit road as far as fuel-wise, or where they can go? Or because we're running 100 laps, and of course halfway is the end of lap 50 for the chase. So I don't know if fuel-wise is going to be an issue tonight.
So from what the reports that I've gotten so far is that the fuel window is probably going to be somewhere around 60 to 65 laps tonight. So they'll easily be able to get to the halfway point mark. Probably only one pit stop tonight, depending on cautions. If we end up with a green flag race, then we'll only see everybody coming in once, I imagine.
You use that term loosely. I know you can go in and save tires. Ryan Walter does a great job. There's a few of us out there that can do it, but there's other guys out there like me who likes to smoke the right front on the second lap, and that's where the struggle's going to come in. They just got to remember to pace themselves and not be in a hurry to get to the front. So it'll be interesting to see. I'm just trying to look at the times to see how close it is from first to last as far as the time difference. I have a smaller screen, so I can't really see it. I need a magnifying glass. I wasn't prepared to do this tonight, so I'll do the best I can.
Well, I'm sure that it's going to work out just fine. Again, I just think that it's awesome enough that that you're able to do this and you're feeling up for it.
Yep. Tell you what, Mike Matherly and Towers have been really coming along. I don't know if they changed or what they're doing different, but they have really come along the last couple of weeks as far as running competitive, which we're really happy with. You know.
I've kind of noticed that too, especially with Mike. A lot of the times he's been kind of running 15th to 20th a lot of
Mm-hmm.
times, and he's been running more in that 15th to 10th range now. So he's
Yep.
definitely showing that he's been learning quite a bit.
Yep. Got to send him out to his hauler and see what they're doing on the car. Maybe they found something and they're not sharing notes. But it's great to see, the guys who work really hard to get better, and and it pays off. I don't know if they're practicing or what they're changing, but whatever they're doing something right. Which is really good. And TDR's there to help them if they need it, and we all do a good job there trying to keep everybody right. And I can't see this the chat channel even, so you'll have to keep an eye on that along with the cameras and keeping me up to par. So
Yeah, absolutely.
there you go, Bob, with a crossover move. That feels good when you pass a fast car. You may be on new tires, but it feels good.
And I think it's typical team, typical for uh, guys out there to get loose at this racetrack. So I think we've already seen signs of that from multiple guys so far, and we'll be having to keep an eye on that and see who ends up struggling with that and who's able to have better handling.
Yeah, coming off 2 and 4 is tricky, especially for some reason. You can snap around when he's in a hurry. You get down that page and you're done. A minute and a half to go on practice, or a minute and 10 seconds.
And Jim, it's not too late for you to get in here. I mean, you got about 10 minutes of qualifying if you can get out of that bed and get home.
Yeah, I mean, Ocean City from Lang City is like 20 minutes away, unless I get the chopper on the roof over. I don't think Paul will like that very much, but yeah, I know. I was on told to go into the sim and race tonight for me, but I decided not to.
You should have brought your rig to the hospital.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. But I mean, we're thankful. It was Thanksgiving week, so we didn't have a lot of racing. So Bob worked on a lot of admin stuff. And he wouldn't allow me to do anything, and today I started doing stuff. And he was upset with me because I started doing the admin stuff again, and he hollered at me. I'm like, I'm good, So we're all good. It looks like we're finished up on practice. Now we'll get into qualifying. And we'll we'll see how we do. Just hold your breath in turns 1 and 2, 3 and 4, and hope it sticks.
Josh Kelleher here in the 73 Goldfish paint scheme. I know that he was on the fence on whether or not he was going to be available to be a part of anything tonight, and fortunately he was able to make it out, come out here and run.
Awesome. Yeah. I mean, Josh has done a lot in the booth with you. And yeah, it's good to see him out there racing. You know? He's staying on the bottom. I thought maybe he would move up for this last lap. But... So right now we got Shearer on the provisional pole. Tyler Bowers, he's always the sleeper, you know. He runs consistently in the top and doesn't say too much and comes out and races, and he's a good iRacer.
Yeah, he really is. He tends to really get up there and be right into the mix with a lot of those guys that are up there.
I mean, he's not afraid to rub a fender either, so.
We're looking at like halfway through right now, and Edward Shearer is got the fastest time so far. Ty Bostic In second, Tyler Bowers third, Dale Weiser fourth, Jason Ricker fifth, Andrew Bisnet in sixth, Bob Burlew seventh. Uh, and as I say that, we just had two guys jump and mess that whole order up that I was going through. Ryan Walter went to sixth, Robert Cochran seventh, Andrew Bisnet eighth, Bob Burlew ninth, and Dale Power rounding out the top 10.
Yeah, yeah. And Robert Cochran, he can sneak to the front without knowing it. He does a really good job of it. So it's going to be interesting to see how these guys do. You know. But the key is you just can't overdrive this truck. Scrub this out, making a lap. One of our admins from TDR, he works on the disc group side, trying to keep that straight for all of us. Does a good job of that. He was one of the guys who was originally founder of Tyler Daniels Racing. He's the one that went to Debbie Daniels Hicks and talked to her about setting up the TDR link. So. Send it in there. See how it works. I remember before at Homestead talking to Dustin, he would really concentrate on one turn only and make the other turn like a throwaway for the entire race. He did it at Darlington, and he does it here. So it'll be interesting to see how he does.
Yeah, that's a really interesting strategy. I mean, to kind of throw away one whole side of the track.
Right. Yes, he was on the top on the first lap. Now he's on the bottom.
It looked like he may have had a little bit of a wiggle there on the bottom as well.
Yeah. A little loose. That may hurt both laps because he's getting loose coming off four.
Well, I think at this point he's gone way beyond his other two laps for
Right.
qualifying, so he's just running it out, running the time out.
Got it. Got it. He's just doing a little extra practice.
We've actually got, there's only one other car that's out, and it was Dana, and he was just sitting still.
Yep.
So Dustin's the only car on the track currently.
Yeah, it's a Ryan Shelton secret. Ryan Shelton used to be able to come out early on qualifying and just run laps. Which is smart because it's closest to the race pace that you can get. And going to look at the tires and stuff, so you have an idea of what you're going to start out with. So What's the track temperature and all that down there, Ethan?
Well, now that qualifying's over, we'll jump right into that, and our race info for tonight here at Homestead, 1.48 mile oval, and track temperature is 93 degrees, so it's not too hot. It actually looks like there's a fair amount of clouds out there. It's partly cloudy. That'll probably help keep track temps down. We got 100 laps for the race tonight. The fuel window somewhere between 60 to 65 laps is what the drivers have brought to our attention. Pit road speed 50 miles an hour. They got unlimited sets of tires, and everyone's going to have one fast repair.
And use it wisely.
And our full starting grid. Alright, the pole went to Edward Schur and Ty Bostic on the front row there in second. Tyler Bowers in third, Ryan Walter in fourth, Dustin Scruggs in fifth, Dale Weiser in sixth, Jason Ricker seventh, Dana Shepard eighth, Robert Cochran in ninth, Andrew Bisnet 10th, Bob Burlew in 11th, Dale Power in 12th. Then we're going to have Mike Matherly in 13th, Tracy Wooten 14th, Jeremy Gaiman 15th, Josh Kelleher 16th, Joseph Causey in 17th, Will Weiser 18th, Jorge Rincon 19th, 20th Chuck McDonald, Lonnie Mixon 21st, Gary Wright in the 22nd position, and Gary is going to round out the field for tonight's race.
Great car field tonight, great car count. You know, coming down the end, so some of the guys aren't quitting out and they want to race and have some fun, and it'll be a good race.
Paul Vosberg wants to know who your pick is for the race, Jim.
I'm on the fence. I know Tyler Bowers runs good here. Ryan Walters has been on a roll. So if I was going to go with it, I would say Ryan Walter. Because the way he's been driving he's on a roll in the last 6 months. 6 weeks has been astronomically fast and knows how to save tires, and he's doing a really good job. He's not confident tonight, but if he's patient, I believe the race will come to him. So that's who I say.
Well, Tyler Bowers is actually who I was going to go with sitting there. He's got a good starting spot, and we talked about how well he's able to run. As we see the pace car go off, and green flag is out. We are underway.
Like DW would say, would be boogity, boogity, boogity. Let's go racing, boys. It'll be a little hairy coming off turn 2, so we'll see if everybody can hold the cars. And
Edward has no trouble with being able to maintain that lead. Tyler Bowers did gain a spot and moved up to the second position, and it looks like a little bit of a battle between Ty Bostic and Dustin Scruggs for that third position, but looks like Ty's going to be able to hold on to that for the meantime, and Ryan Walter settles into the 5th position for the top 5 after the first lap.
99 to go. So pretty much everybody's holding their breath right now, trying to get to fuel the car, get in line, and run some laps, and then start moving up if they can. Yeah.
Oh,
Oops.
Dale Weiser just looks like he may have just gotten spun.
Yeah, he might have got loose and then touched. So there'll be a caution here.
So he's definitely hit the inside wall. He's got quite a bit of damage on that car, but we're still green. Uh,
I
we'll
don't know if we
we'll
look at
rewind
it.
that here just a bit and see if we can't see exactly what happened here with Dale.
Yeah, I mean, he could have got loose and on his own coming off turn 2, and who was behind him?
Looks like we've got the 8 of Joseph Causey that was just directly behind him, and whether or not he had some help here. So Dale got up pretty high, and it does appear that he's starting to get a little loose there.
Right.
Absolutely was getting loose on his own, and Joseph, I guess, just wasn't quite able to see it.
Correct.
And I am a little surprised that we didn't get a caution for that, even though Dale was getting loose on his own. He still had help.
Yeah, and it's up to the driver that's spinning. If he gets touched, is to call a caution out on our racing. Because we have 2 cars when we're involved, and it's up to the driver to call it. So I guess he felt that he wasn't touched, so therefore he didn't call the caution. So
Got a
he's
minor
running top 4 in points right now going into tonight, if I remember right. He's been pretty consistent through this whole series, And I don't think he has a win yet, but in points wise, he's finishes pretty much in the top 5, and that's what it takes.
Well, while we were watching that replay, we had a lead change. Tyler Bowers was able to get past Edward Scherer.
Okay.
And but Edward's definitely not
Letting him
go very easily.
But he's going to run Tyler hard to see if he can burn up his tires a little bit. That's all. It's amazing what they can do in the mirror,
We talked about that progressive banking. You can see that Edward stays just above that.
Yep.
Tyler trying to take his line away now.
Right. So Edward may try the outside around if Tyler's going to run low again. Well, looking low. But the run off you get from the outside is unbelievable. But
we got a lot of relatively close battles throughout the field right now. Looking at the 5th position right here, Ryan Walter. He's approaching, trying to get the 4th position from Dustin Scruggs and Dana Shepard right there. Ryan Walter was just about to clear Dustin, couldn't quite get it done off turn 2. Dana following along right behind those 2 in the 6th position.
Just cleared them, and now Dustin's going to go on the inside down in turn 1 and try to do the crossover move.
Ryan should have the preferred groove to get ahead off the exit, but Dustin did a really good job there on the bottom. Oh, Ryan got really loose. He's going to lose a couple spots here. He's probably going to lose 3 spots.
I mean, it doesn't look like much when you're watching it, but in the car, it's like, wow, hang on, you know?
Now, a little bit further back into the field. Battle right here between Mike Matherly and Jorge Rincon.
And Jorge's another, it's in the back, slowly comes through, and seems to be always at the end in front. You know what I mean?
He's sporting your number tonight.
Yes. Wish I got the points for it. I thought Tracy Wooten would have had the 28 if he was here tonight.
Tracy is here tonight.
Yeah. Because he runs the 27, all the Texaco schemes, and he's a 28 diehard fan like I am. And,
well, here's Tracy here in his Mobile 1 paint scheme.
Jeremy Mayfield paint scheme, right?
Yeah, it is very similar to old Jeremy Mayfield paint scheme.
Yeah. Well, we're 15 laps into the race, and everybody's doing pretty good except for Dale Weiser. But, I mean, he could get a caution and get a lucky dog, and we'd be back in it again. I'm not sure where he's at right now running, but I see Dale Powers a lap down. Great.
Well, it looks like Dale is still actually on the lead lap. He's sitting back here in the 17th position.
Okay. Okay.
I don't think that he has not come into pit. You can still see the damage across the back of that vehicle. It's definitely skewed quite a bit there. You can see his spoiler is bent up quite a bit. But we'll keep an eye and see if he's able to lag around long enough, or if he goes on some kind of different strategy. Because I'm sure he's losing a lot of time to the leaders.
Right.
His last lap time was a 33.85, and the leader was a 33.61. So he's only 2/10 off the pace right now, which is not bad at all.
Right.
And we had a lead change once again. Edward was able to get back by Tyler.
Okay.
I'm sure Edward was just kind of buying his time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, let somebody else.
We'll wait and see if Tyler's burnt his stuff up, or if Edward just did something better.
Right. I mean, Tyler does pretty good on saving tires too, so I wouldn't count him out. You know, he could be back there running and just letting the rabbit go and just following him and waiting for him to start fading. I mean, they're definitely close, you know.
You know, we're coming in at completing the 18th lap so far, and we got some heavy hitters they're working their way to the front, started in the back. We got Joseph Causey here in the 8, moved himself up to the 6th position, and Will Weiser, who we know always starts in the back, elects not to qualify, currently up into the top 5.
Right.
And those guys have gained 11 and 13 spots respectively. So they are very much on the move.
In their own little race, you know.
Jorge fighting with Bob Burlew. This is for the 12th position.
Okay. And Bob's a smart driver. I mean, if somebody catches him and he looks at the mirror, he's not going to race him hard. He's going to let him by and try to tuck him in and see what he can do, follow him, and get himself a little bit faster. Where'd you say Shepard's at now, Ethan?
So Dana's here, up in the 8th position currently.
He's one of our newcomers that joined in and does a really good job. And
Dana
said,
was kind enough to turn his webcam on for us tonight.
Oh, good. Yeah, I'm sorry, mine's home, so I can turn on my phone, but you don't want to see my pretty face tonight. It's not too pretty right now, like it never is, but. I mean, at this time they're just running laps and seeing what the outcome is and set up and decide what they want to do on the pit stops when they want to pit, which I think you'll find them in the mid 50s as far as coming in after the halfway stage. I believe you're going to see a few guys coming in early, a couple guys maybe staying out late. So I'm trying to get a bonus lap for the points. It's been a good race so far. They're really not pulling away from each other,
Looks like Ty Bostic here is approaching Tyler Bowers for that 2nd position.
Okay. And Ty's from Rockingham, North Carolina. I didn't know that. Love that track.
If only they'd bring it back.
I know. I'm wishing and hoping. So we'll see. I think we'll put on the Xfinity Series in the spring. It's bumpy. It's fun. So it'll be interesting.
And Will Weiser was able to get by Dustin for the 4th position. Will getting really loose, and so is Dustin. Dustin went a little bit below the white line there. He's going to lose a spot to Joseph.
Sometimes you better be lucky than good, right?
Yeah, well, I'd say in Joseph's scenario, I think he's got both right now.
Yeah, exactly. Like, thank you very much. I'm moving on. Try to catch me. These guys are really clean racing. I mean, they're so much fun since they came on board with TDR. I think it brings a whole different level to the next gen series. That's why we need to get you back into track, Ethan, to enjoy racing with these guys. And we are working on that. So,
it's definitely been a while. I wouldn't mind getting out there and mixing it up with them now and then, but it's still fun being up here doing this too.
Now I understand that, but We need to. We're going to be mixing it up a little bit with having the IROC series coming up in January, where the top 35 in participation will be in the IROC series, and it will be broadcasted. Ethan's working on that, and that should be fun. And then we have 30 that are moving in because they earned it. 5 are going to be picked in by the admins, and we'll pick the votes. And if the guys cannot run and they opt out, then we would go 31, give them the option to move in. So we can have a 35 car field. And Biznet set up some really decent tracks, and I believe there is a road course in there for Sonoma, which we knew that if Biznet's working on it. But Sonoma with the ARCA car is not bad. Driving. We had a race there a couple months ago, and it was fun in the ARCA car. So.
Yeah, I think that series is going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah. And we'll have lanyards and trophies handed out to the winner, for IROC.
Big moment there for Jason.
Ooh.
Could hear some shifting going on there from Robert.
I heard in practice there was rumors flying around that some guys were shifting. What do you think about shifting here, Ethan?
Typically, you don't. I heard Andrew Biznet and I think Ryan Walter say that they were just staying in 4th gear all the way around.
It'll be interesting to see if they can go on the pit stop, if they're running 4th gear. But you don't have to use your brakes much going in there. Turns 1 and 3, running 4th gear because you're using the drivetrain to slow down. And there's Lonnie Nixon, such a nice guy, and good to be back with TDR. He's a happy-go-lucky guy. So he's got a cooler next to his rig just in case he ends up on Pit Road for a beverage. I told him to put a hamburger on the side, just in case we need a hamburger when he gets hungry. So I told him not to wreck and run his race. So I'm not sure where he's running at right now, but he'll be around at the end. Should be pretty much in the top 10. And I guess Adam's race went really well last night in the Iconic Series. They ran 350 lap segments at Five Flag Speedway, getting ready for Saturday night for the Snowball Derby. So if anybody's interested to jump in that, it will be a hosted session in the late model. And Adam does a really good job with the Iconic Series. So, Ethan, if you're not doing anything, you want to give the late model a try, come on out.
Yeah, I'll certainly have to see what I have scheduled. Oh, you know what? Actually, you said this is going to be this Saturday coming up?
Yes. Yep.
I will actually not be home Saturday, so unfortunately that's not something that I'll be able to participate in, but I'm sure that it'll go great.
Yeah. Adam goes through a lot of work trying to set them up and trying to keep the competition close. And it's one of the first times we're running with the incident points. And if you get over a certain amount of incident points, your black flag, you go to pit road. So the penalty, go back out. And if you do more incident points, and I forget what number it is, but if you achieve that number, you'll be removed from the race. So it's 300 laps, so it's we got a lot of smoke in the front stretch.
Looks like Tracy Wooten's had an incident.
Okay.
Try to see what happened here with Tracy. Yeah, it's just. Oh my!
Oh boy! Could have changed his oil with Mobile One under it.
Well, that was an interesting wreck, and obviously he just got loose on his own.
Yeah, and that happens, you know. And he keeps going. It's like a Joey Chitwood thrill show there, coming off turn 4.
Will Weiser and Joseph Causey both got by Tyler Bowers.
Okay.
Just a moment ago.
How much lead does the leader have on second place now?
So it looks like there is a 2.2 second gap.
Yeah, I wonder if they're closing in on each other.
So we can come and take a look at Edward here, and we'll look at some lap history between the top 3 drivers. So here's a comparison here between Edward and Tyler Bowers is fighting back, trying to get by. Oh, Joseph Causey just fell back to 5th.
Wow, wonder what happened.
So now what we want to do is actually go back to the laps here between Will and Edward, and you can see over these last 5 laps that Will has been better 4 out of the 5, and now 5 out of the last 6.
Okay. Looks like Dustin was running pretty good lap times too. I think he was 4 out of 5 in the green. So they're holding their own. We got coming up on lap 44. So we'll see what they do after the halfway stage. I don't know if they're going to run it all the way out or if they're going to pit. I guess it depends on how much fall off the tires are, you know. Or the guys in the back doing a short pit. And hope it will help them get around them and get a run.
Well, Joseph's fighting back now, and he was just able to get back in front of Tyler into the 4th position. Not sure what may have happened to Joseph back then, if he got loose or got the wall, but obviously something quick happened because he lost a couple spots.
It don't take much.
Edward getting into some lap traffic here at the moment. See if that's going to help Will gain some time here.
Yeah. But then Will's got to go through the traffic too, so we'll see how that pans out as he gets under Mike Matherly. He's consistent with his paint scheme. He loves the motorcraft.
Joseph Causey got by Dustin Scruggs, moved himself back up into the 3rd spot where we saw him before.
This is where you're communicating with your crew chief, trying to get everything checked right and decide what they want to do, you know. Make sure the quick repair's turned off and fix your tires, some fuel, and concentrate getting on pit road right and getting off.
Looks like Tyler Bowers is continuing to lose some spots. We got Dustin coming
Dustin.
onto pit road, and
You really don't need to.
I don't know if he made it.
Ooh,
We have to. We're gonna.
that was
I
close.
want to rewind that and watch that entry once again, because that was.
It wasn't pretty.
No, it was not. Oh no.
There's somebody spinning.
Hard
That's all.
hit right there.
Yeah.
And his whole front bumper came off, and then it kind of glitched right back on. So it's gonna be interesting if he has to take a fast repair here or what. But
Some guys have.
he definitely hit pretty hard,
Yeah.
and now he's overshot his pit box, so it's a really rough sequence there. And now he's too far to the left, so pretty disastrous
Wow.
pit
Bad
cycle
time.
right there for Dustin.
Yep. I thought he would have waited 2 more laps to come in, but it was just definitely bad timing. You know, we had a couple guys on pit road. We saw some smoke coming off turn 4.
And we are on lap 51, so we hit the spot for the stage.
Yep.
And Edward was able to capture the win for that, and we're seeing some more guys come in now for their pits. You can see Tyler Bowers is in for his stop, and you see Tracy Wooten there on pit road. He's exiting right now, and Will Weiser currently now on pit road. And with someone like Will pitting before those others, there's a strong chance that that's going to be the advantage needed in order to get out to the front.
Right. Right. But he finished 5th last week with these guys, so they're not giving any breaks. They're running hard, you know.
Edward has gone now into the pits as well. Bob Burlew.
Leo needs a drink of water. Causey has not pitted yet, Ethan? Is that correct?
Causey has not pit. He is still out. It looks like we're showing that Dale Power has crashed.
Oh.
Hi. Hi. Just your antibiotic pill.
Okay.
And the
Yeah.
Elevin.
Okay.
You want the headache medicine? Or
Yeah, please.
Okay.
Yep, I want to stay on top of that.
Yep. All right. Let me just scan your armband and I'll get it.
Okay, thank you. Sorry
So
about that.
we've got all the all these drivers going to pit road getting the service, and we got Jim in the hospital getting the service right now.
Oh yeah. Yep. That was perfect timing.
So I'm catching up a little bit here on the chat, and Daniel's asking me, what's Josh Kelleher doing in the back of the pack?
Right.
I said, you know what, Daniel, I'm not quite sure.
Just
I'm
taking the scene.
gonna have to let him know. He says, look, if I'm gonna make these good-looking paint schemes, then I'm gonna need to see it,
Yeah.
up in them prime positions.
Absolutely. I mean, Ryan Walters was talking about his new paint. I don't know if you can get a good shot of it or not. They was really proud of what his painter did for him.
This is Ryan Walters' paint scheme here. Looks like Nocturne Gaming.
Correct. It's a new sponsor, and I believe he is watching tonight. So. But what position is he running now?
Ryan is currently in the 10th position. And we've still got one driver that has not gone in for his pit yet. Or two drivers, sorry.
Wow.
Ty Bostic and Chuck McDonald are the two that are still on the lead lap. Will Weiser is the other that is on the lead lap, but he is currently in the second position still.
And Dale's in the 12th, 13th from his earlier incident, right?
Yeah, Dale Weiser is in the 10th position actually right now. So
Yeah,
he's having a pretty good bounce back.
Yeah, he's hoping for a caution, you know.
And I think that's what Ty Bostic's kind of hoping for right now too, but because the longer he stays out, the more time he's going to be losing to these guys, and it could get rough for him in the second half of this race. But we know that the fuel run is going to be between like 60 to 65 laps, so he'll be coming in very, very soon.
And then he'll be chasing them down. So it should be interesting for the finish.
The main question is going to be: is the time
The
time lost worth the potential gain in fresher tires?
Well, what do they say when you're racing is do different than everybody else? You know, gives you a better shot.
Yeah, he just had a big moment there off of turn 4, so
yeah.
I think with to me that's a bit of a call to say, all right, I think it's probably time now.
Yeah.
So we'll keep an eye right here as he goes down the backstretch and into turn 3 and 4 and see if he goes down this time. He's still staying out.
Hey, I was like,
he's gonna run her empty.
Hi, so it was like, send it, you know.
Okay. So you're Isabel.
Yeah.
You're Ellaville.
Okay.
And then Cinco. Okay.
Got it.
Right. And what's your headache number right now?
It's about 1-2.
Okay.
It's like really low grade, so
Okay.
it's doable.
Okay, great.
Not like last night.
All right. Do you need anything else, or you? Okay?
I'm good, thank you.
Okay. You're welcome. Just let me know, okay?
I sure will, thank you. I got my pills, I'm ready to go.
Locked and loaded.
Locked and loaded. What?
Here comes Ty. Oh no!
He missed pit
It looked
road.
like he was going, and I don't know if he just missed it or if he got loose again, and maybe it was just deceiving to look like he was going.
I believe he was committed to going because he was down below the white line, but not below the commitment cone, you know. But it looked like he had a plan to pit, but I don't know whether the Wonder Bread car behind him made him change his mind because he couldn't really get woed up. So this is definitely going to hurt him.
And Ty is now on pit road, so that's going to cycle Will Weiser to the lead. And we'll keep an eye on Ty as far as where he's going to come out. And we know that he pit from the lead.
Right.
and we get to see how many positions he's going to lose by the time he comes out.
Yeah, it's going to be a few. Just put it that way. You just can't make that mistake on how fast they're running, and you're under brakes and slowing down. Then you got to restart back up again.
And he was already losing enough time as it was to those guys being on fresh tires, and then put that right on top of it.
Yeah. So now we'll see what Causey can do. I can't see how far he's back, but you never know. There could be a late race caution, and
so it looks like there's a 3-second gap right now between Will and Joseph.
we'll just have to keep an eye on it and see in 10 laps on how far apart they are. Looks like we got some heavy clouds in 3 and 4 coming in. If you can see them. They're there.
So Ty back on track and
how far behind is
in
he
the
here?
sixth position. So it actually didn't lose quite as much as I anticipated him to.
Right. But he's got a whole lot to make up now. So it'll be interesting to see if he can close the gap. Gaiman's been quiet all night, running good.
Yeah, sitting in the 9th position currently.
Yeah.
That's kind of his style. He's runs pretty good, and he's not super flashy.
Right. Yep. Like Cochran chased him down a little bit. I don't know if they're on the same lap or not. $30 laps to go. We do have 3 green-white checkers if needed, but the way it's racing it, we may not need it. This might be all green flag, and I don't want to jinx anybody. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure if something happened to Edward on the pit cycle, because we know that he was up there in the top 1 to 2 positions when the pit cycle started, but he's all the way back in 11th place right now.
Wow.
It says okay, his I'm wondering if he got maybe busted for speeding. It's his pit time was 1 minute and 23 seconds versus Will's that was 44 seconds. So that would have basically add about a 40-second difference, which is pretty much the hold time on a speeding penalty.
Been there, done that several times. Jason Ricker's having a good run from Portland, Maine.
Oh, big moment from Jeremy.
Oh no! Oh no!
Oh, and he flew into the pits. We know that that's going to be a speeding penalty.
Lucky he didn't hit the wall.
That's the only saving grace of that right there, is that he's not going to have any damage, but really unfortunate.
Will that be a stop and go, or will it be a pass through?
It should be a 40-second hold, I think. We'll keep an eye on Jeremy. He's in his stall right now, so he's just sitting.
Ugh. That hurts.
Oh, and he's out now. So we'll have to keep an eye and see if he ends up having to go back in. I know that's not what he was planning to do.
If that wasn't a broadcast jinx, or he'll not allow me in the booth again.
Watch him this time, see if he's able to stay out.
He's lucky he didn't hit that corner of the pit.
He's staying out on the track, so it looks like he's all right to go.
Looks like you're missing his front bumper. Did you say you had to in-car somebody, Ethan, that was on the broadcast?
Yeah, we had Dana's webcam, if that's... Which, Dana doing really well. Here he is here, sitting in the 4th position.
Oh. Jason Rickers. The scoreboard gone by. I don't think he was involved with Jeremy, so I don't know why he exited. Unless I'm reading the name wrong.
Yeah, Jeremy hasn't been here since lap 34, 35.
Okay.
Or Jason, I think I may have said Jeremy.
I thought he was just racing with Jeremy in the 9 car. Looks like I got to get new glasses. That'll help my pit road speed. We got Bob Barlou. Who's that on the inside of him there, Ethan?
That's Dana right there on the inside of Jeremy Gaiman.
I don't know where Jeremy was running before he had that flying down pit road. Woke the pit road guys up. They're probably sitting in their chairs eating ice cream and disrupted their ice cream.
He was running in the 11th position at the time. And now he's currently sitting 15th.
Okay.
And it looks like 2 laps down.
We're coming up with 20 laps to go. The race is moving right along.
And a little update up front. Will's still at the point, and Joseph Causey in second still, now down to a 2.4 second lead, but it was about a 3.3 second lead at one point.
Correct. Yeah, I was curious on how much, on the 10-lap segment, on how much he would, if he would close in on them. So it's a pretty good run. So now Will's just running laps and trying to save what he can save, and he's doing some relative driving.
Will's definitely holding his own. He's pretty much running about the same lap times.
Right. because you blew a couple fast laps in there.
Yeah, just ever so slightly faster. I mean, but at that pace, it's not going to be enough to
No,
catch
yeah,
Will. He needs he needs to be starting to check off about, you know, a tenth to 2/10 every
right.
lap.
Yeah, the only thing that's going to do is burn the tires up even more. And, you know, Will can just run in and save the tires and just watch second place, you know. If they start moving in, then he can speed up a little bit.
Man, he just put another 2/10 back on Joseph, so Will's sitting in a very good position right now.
Yeah.
Battle here between Ryan Walter, Dale Weiser. Those two were fighting for the 6th position, so Dale's continuing to fight back.
Yeah, Dale did a really good job considering where he was and just hanging in there and doing what he needs to do, you know. Pretty good battle there.
I think Dale's going to have a pretty good run here on Ryan Walter. Ooh, Justin with a big moment. I really thought Dale was going to get by Ryan when
Yeah.
he got to his outside. Ryan's doing a good job of holding him off.
Coming up with 10 laps to go, right?
This is really the only real battle for position that we have on the track right now. Everybody else is, you know, relatively spread apart right now.
That's for the 6th and 7th positions. So.
Oh, Ryan just got the apron a little bit and got loose. Dale's going to be able to get by right here. Oh, and he's getting loose again.
Right now, Will's saying no caution, no caution. And Causey's saying caution, caution.
They would certainly mix things up, that's for sure. But the way that everybody's spread apart, I don't think that Will's got anything to worry about here.
Nope. Causey's looking for a water bottle or rather something on the track in his car. Is that for the position between Will and Dustin? I mean, Dale and Dustin.
You said between Dale and Dustin?
Yeah.
Well, Dustin's in 13th. He's actually 2 laps
Oh.
down.
Got it. Five laps to go.
Yeah, right now the closest battle we have is still between Dale Weiser and Wyatt Walter at a looks like 7/10 of a second. Now moving towards 8/10 of a second.
Right.
And then outside of that, the battle between Joseph Causey and Jorge Rincon, which is about 2 seconds. And something must have really happened because remember we talked about Joseph was in second.
Right.
And we just talked about him, hoping for a caution, and he fell all the way back to the 8th spot.
Wow. Just one little mistake. But one thing I like about this league is these boys give it its all. You know what I mean? Every lap.
Well, we've seen guys definitely been pushing it to the limit. A lot of guys getting loose.
Yep.
All right, Will Weiser now crosses the line, got the white flag, final lap.
There'll be no more green white checkers. This is it. Will drove a smart race and did a great job staying out of trouble and picking and choosing his lines, and he's getting ready to come home with the win. And I believe it's win number 3 for him in this series.
Yep, so Will Weiser crosses the line. He will get the win. Looks like Ty Bostic here is gonna bring home in second. Great run for him.
Yep.
Tyler Bowers here in third.
That's a good run.
Dana Shepard is gonna be in the fourth position, and the man that clawed his way back, Dale Weiser, in fifth.
That's really good for Dale. I mean, doing what he did and then coming all the way back was really good. Great job. Good run for Dale. And he's on burn the house down on the front stretch. That was a good race season. I mean, all green flag racing, which I did not expect. A couple different strategies, a lot of errors on pit road. But overall, it was a good race, and I was really happy with the outcome.
Yeah, it definitely was a good race. We definitely saw comers and goers, I think, and you know, a lot of guys that had to fight being loose, and definitely some guys that unfortunately made some rough mistakes. But now we got the opportunity to try to chat with a few of them. So first up, obviously, we're gonna grab our winner. Hey, Will, we got myself and Jim in the booth. Congrats on the win, and glad to have you here with us.
Yeah, thanks. It was a crazy race. I can't believe it went green, although looking back, I think might have been a yellow in the first few laps. I can't remember which lap, but
Yeah, lap 5 was where he got loose, looked like coming off turn 2 and got touched by another driver. And
yeah.
I'm really, Dale didn't call the caution out,
Right. Yeah, I don't. I guess he was under the impression that it had to be 2 cars spinning, which I don't think is the case.
Well,
but
yeah, I mean, and I'll go over with the rules with them, but yeah, if your turn, we're kind,
right.
because he hit the wall, and if it was just like a tap and get him a little out of shape, and he saves it. But if he has contact ball from a contact from another driver, it's definitely 100% a caution.
Yeah,
So,
I knew it should have been a caution. I mean, we were just quiet, I guess, and then carried on. And
you know what? I'm really impressed with your dad because he came back and finished 5th after what he went through. You know what I mean? He helped the car, drove the damaged car, and held on till the pit stop, and he did what he had to do, and he did a great job tonight. And you did a fabulous job in saving your tires and choosing where and how to make the moves, and the pit stop is perfect. And good, congratulations.
Yeah, thanks. I mean, I think I kind of got fortunate. I was pretty fortunate. Just that Ed had I'm assuming a mistake on pit road, and uh, then I don't know how. Well, I didn't. I feel like I didn't ace the pit stop, and I made a mistake the lap before the pit stop, but I don't know why. But Causey came out way closer after the pit stop than I thought he would, and he was on fresher tire, and I just got lucky that Ed held him up for like 10 laps. I think that's the only reason I won.
Really messed up coming in pit road. The first time he missed pit road, he just didn't get down low enough, so he had to restart back up again and going around and then pitting. So I think he went from first to 7th, right, Ethan?
Yeah.
I believe. So that was definitely a mistake on his part. But with this track, come off turn 4 or turn 2,
Yeah.
hold your breath.
Yeah, with 50 lap old tire, or just coming off a 4 on a normal lap is hard enough.
Yeah. But yeah, congratulations on your win. And unfortunately, you and your dad have a vacation plan.
Nice.
So that's up the little playoffs for you. But you guys are definitely in the playoffs, and we'll see where the cards fall.
For sure. Yeah, we'll still be racing. Thanks for the stream, guys.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely.
We appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, so let's see if we're kind of limited. It looks like tonight on who we might be able to grab. Um, especially our any of our front runners, because it looks like the next highest finishing driver that we would be able to grab tonight would be Robert Cochran. So let's grab Robert. Mr. Cochran, you got a copy?
I got a copy. How you doing?
Doing good. Got you up here in the booth with Jim and myself, and wanted to congratulate you on a solid top 10 finish at a what can be a very difficult racetrack on a really long green flag run.
Right, right. Yeah.
And you did really good. You ran your own race, and your plans were pitched up accordingly, and you stayed out of trouble, and came over the top 10, and and that's all you can ask, right?
Yeah, that's the key. You can't overdrive the car.
Yeah.
If you overdrive the car, you're done. We saw a little bit of that tonight.
Yeah.
Single cars kept it clean, you know.
Yeah, it was a good race. We were surprised that we went green, but there was some great racing throughout the field. Um, we had a couple of situations on pit road with the leaders, which changed the outcome of the race. But overall, I mean, it was a really good race to call. There's always racing somebody.
Right, right, right. A majority of us are racing the track.
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah.
Like Darling. But yeah, good job, bud. Really
I appreciate that. Thank you, guys.
good job.
Yeah, absolutely, Robert, and we look forward to seeing you out on the track next week.
Uh, I'll I'll keep working on that, and I appreciate everything you guys do. And take care of you guys. Take care of yourself.
Thanks for coming out tonight, Robert.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here with the TDR group and Ethan Drone Gaming.
Yep.
All right, so that's going to be all of our driver interviews. As everybody cleared out really fast tonight. Um, so Robert was actually the only one still around. So
Yep.
we'll take
We're racing for next week, and they all wanted to get out here, get the haulers loaded up, and head. I'm not sure where we are next week. I didn't even look at this.
tell you here just a second here. It looks like we are at Phoenix.
Ugh. Bob Burnett will be very happy with me. So it'll be fun. Yeah. Phoenix is a fun track if you can get the handle on it. It'll be interesting. And
So the final race results for tonight. Will Weiser coming home with the victory. Ty Bostic in second. Tyler Bowers third. Dana Shepard fourth. Dale Weiser fifth. Ryan Walter sixth. Jorge Rincon seventh. Joseph Causey eighth. Edward Schur in ninth. We have Robert Cochran in 10th. Josh Kelleher in 11th. Bob Burley 12th. Dustin Scruggs 13th. Lonnie Mixon 14th. Jeremy Gaiman 15th. Mike Mallory 16th. Andrew Bisnett 17th. Chuck McDonald 18th. And it looks like there we go. We have Dale Power in 19th, Tracy Wooten 20th, Jason Ricker 21st, and Gary Wright rounded out the field and was 22nd.
very good. Yeah, great race tonight, and sets up for the final race next week at Phoenix. It should be interesting, and hopefully get a great car count. And Ethan, you can track the points. How's that?
Yeah.
We're in the race.
All right, guys. Thanks everybody for coming out, and Jim, thanks for being up here. I'm glad it worked out. I'm glad that you were you're getting better each day. Hopefully that we'll get even better news tomorrow that you're headed home, and if not, that we know that you're still progressing each day, regardless.
Yeah, thank you. It was a pleasure. It really was. We needed it. It's the best medicine.
Absolutely, and for anyone that's ever been stuck in a hospital for days on end, you know that it can get boring quick. So hopefully, at least it's a distraction as well.
Yep. All right, very good, Ethan. I for all you do and appreciate the broadcast. And have yourself a wonderful night.
You too, Jim, and everybody that's been here. You all have a good night, and we'll see you guys throughout the week for the different racing going on the channel. Tomorrow night's Truck Series race and the iRacing Warrior Motorsports League. Then Tuesday, the grassroots racing. We're still on a pause right now for the TDR Truck Series. We got some things that we're discussing with the admin team as far as when we're going to get that back up and going. Get the holidays and everything here, so we're thinking about just kind of kicking back and relaxing for a bit and let everybody spend time with family, get prepared for the holidays, that sort of stuff. So we might be a couple weeks before we get up and going with that. And then Wednesday, we still got the Xfinity Series up and running. We were on a break last week with Thanksgiving, but we're back this week. So we still got a couple races going on throughout the week, and hope to catch a lot of you all, on one of those nights, and of course back here next Sunday night. So until we see you all again, have a good night, stay safe, and we'll see you.
All right, good night.